Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Thursday, the 30th of March. I am Flatcap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. All right, we've got 2 days of the month left, 2 miracle days if it's going to turn around the fortunes of the statistics for March. Is it going to be tomorrow? Don't know. It's one of them ones where I imagine some who have looked across at Thursday's cards might think I might have a little bit of a nudge on it, and I'm just going a bit careful, to be fair. There's some decent extra places available over in Ireland in both meetings, at Limerick and Naas, but they're dodgy markets. They're very low grade, in most cases hurdle races. And so yeah, I've gone a bit careful. So it's 3/4 stake. I've done it as 4 bets. It is mainly focused in Ireland and mainly at Naas. But yeah, 4 bets, £15. First race is 205 Taunton. There is a rogue win trixie bet that's going to come up first. And then I'll get into the bigger price stuff. So that is going to be Thursday. Before I do that, let's recap Wednesday. So did I have some sort of glorious return from my holiday? No, I didn't. So 15 on, 507 back. It was a smidgen away, half a length between making some profit and not. So let's spin through. What do we have? So over in Navan, we had this combination bet, which was very, very close. So we had Ecclesiastical was 6th out of 18, and we needed top 5. I think we had 6th and 8th there, and we needed top 5. We then needed top 4 there. Arkland was 5th. Stellify was a bit further down the field. And then the last 2 both placed, including Any City at 50-1. So yeah, the half a length that one, but that was one place out as well. That hitting one in each of those legs would have made a right difference, and we'd had a nice little profit there. But we got back single money for Any City, and that was it. But important to flag, I don't go through this all the time, but there's been a few questions about value in recency. So just to kind of flag, there's a few different ways of looking at value, but one of the most key obvious way to look for value is, have you got a better price than the starting price? It's not the only way of looking at value, but we were sat there, I think 11-1 that went into, 15-2 that went into. These had a 20p rule 4, so that was 20s, but that's the equivalent of a 20p rule 4. But that went into something like 7s, 28s from 50s. Even that one was 130 from 9-2. So with that, Stellify was neutral. The rest all came in. So they were all value selections in the sense of we had a better price than the starting price, and that's a good place to go for. Clearly, you need them to get into the money as well. So yeah, it was a close but no cigar bet. And then bet 2 started off well. Brunel Charm 12-1. It was the SP, the only drifter of the day, and it was one of only my 3 placed horses out of 10 that placed. So the only drifter did place. So I'll go back to points I've made before. Just because it drifts doesn't mean you're onto a duffer horse. It just means the majority of people or the markets aren't agreeing with you. It doesn't mean you're wrong, because horses that drift often, do get in the places. It can mean that there's insider knowledge suggesting there's something going wrong with it, but sometimes it's just the market shifting about. So I thought 9s was good. 12-1 was the SP. Eddie, I think it was Eddie Mush I should have written there. That ended up being non-runner. Matthew Power I thought was going to get there, and it just did nothing. And then Winnetka was no good. So a little bit of money back there. So yeah, 3 out of 10 placing is 30%. 40% is where we want to be, and yeah, one more placing would have sorted us right out there, but it was not to be. So we need something to turn it around. What have we got then for Thursday? So I'm starting off on Thursday with a win trixie. Why not? Why wouldn't you? So I think there's a lot of reasons why people think you wouldn't do it. So this is a £2.40 bet. If all these 3 come in, you basically get just over 10 times your odds. So I think, to be fair, it almost is exactly 10-1 treble for them all to come in. If we get 2 wins, we get a certain money back and we make a small profit. If we only get 1 win or none of them win, then the bet looks like it was a terrible bet, doesn't it? And that's the risk. These 3 are all in the category of, they're all favourites in their races currently, but I would have them much closer to even money, all 3. So as much as value can be found in different places, that's how I would look at them. They all should be the favourite and they all should be closer to even money. So 205 Taunton, Donny Azoff 11-8, 315 Taunton, Decorator 2-1, 410 Warwick, Midnight Ginger 2-1, 60p Win Trixie. You want a bog bookie. The night before, that's looking slim pickings. Coral might be the only one about at the moment, because I think the belief is that 365 is now gone from night before, which might leave Coral as the only one, unless you've got some sort of rogue bank account somewhere else. So put it on in the morning, you'll get bog, but I'm happy to take these prices right now on the Sky Bet account. So that's bet 1. Then we've basically got 2 lucky 15s. This is the bigger price one, where I've done it as smaller stake with a little bit of doubles. So we've got 320 Hexham. I really like the odds of that horse. That should be half. I would even take that down to about 15-2, 7-1 would probably be the lowest, just to give you a bit of a range. It's quite significant value. The bit I'm worried about in that race is there's a horse that's already ran today, which I think is going to be a likely non-runner, which would take the race down to 7 runners, which is less preferable. So I'm not going to go big on it, but I think there's significant value in terms of that's at least double the odds of what it should be. So 320 Hexham, Air Valley Lad. Then we're going into these handicaps in Ireland. 342 Getaway Molly at 40s. 417 at Naas, 2 for the road at 28s, and 435. The only Limerick one I've got actually is the 435 there. Like Tommy, 16-1. So I've done that as a 10p small stake lucky 15, 10p each way lucky 15, and then 6 times 15p each way doubles. So when you put them in the bet slip, that's 10p each way in the lucky 15 section and 15p each way in the double section. And the idea being, these are a little bit riskier ones, some of these. So we're basically stacking on the fact that if we can get 2 framing, we'll get more money back doing the bet this way. If 1 frames, we get less money back than I'd normally do it. If 3 frame, it's marginal, but we would slightly behind, but worth the risk. And if 4 place, as opposed to just doing this as a 16 pence each way lucky 15, which would be the same stake, then we are way worse off. So it's factoring in that basically 2 place in here is enough to make a little bit of profit on this bet. What I would flag, depends on when you put the bet on, but 365 are the same place terms as Sky, so no extra places anyone there. 5 places there, 6 there. 365 are the only ones with Sky doing 6, and 5 there. Most bookies are 5, 5 and 5. It's only 365 and Sky that are 6 on that 417 at Naas. So that's just one to watch out for. So that's 480 you bet. Then the biggest amount of stake is on bet 3. 342 Naas, only 1 plan. 11s, 417 Naas, Calanisi Dub, 11-1. 452 Naas, Alsana 8-1. And then the 630 Wolverhampton, a rogue in there. Fieldsman 14-1. I think it's a good price. Should be single figures. 18p each way, lucky 15. 540 as you bet. Same principle applies here. These bottom 2, both 6 on 365 and Sky. So if you're betting in the morning with 365, you'll get bog in the morning with 365. Same place terms as Sky. So well worth. We're looking at a 365 day if you've got the option. So that's bet 3, and then finishing off, I've got a combination bet. It was very hard to make a call between these races about which ones were the best ones, because you've got 2 that are paying 6 places for 365 and Sky, but they've got more like 20, 23, 24 runners compared to some of the others that have got like 17, 18 runners and they're paying 5. So you got to compare that. You got to compare the betting market to where none of them have got a real shorty favourite in there. and then you've got to compare what is it you like and what do you find at value. So I've just edged it on these two as my combination. So 342, only one plan at 11s and getaway mollies at 40s. And the 417 Naas, Calanisi do 2 for the road, and I've added in, that's not in the other bets, Lariat at 50s at worth chancing. I think 6 times 20p each way doubles, £2.40 is your bet. And then again, 365 over Sky if you're doing it in the morning because you'll get bog. Same place terms. That is bet 4. All right. That is me. Some of you be excited. That is, I'm cutting the waffle just purely today. So I appreciate it's. Some people love all the chuntering on about stuff, and some people just want me to like shut up and get on with the tips. For me, it's important to give you some context and give you round information. If all I want to do is share with the world my tips, I just shove them on Twitter or something. But yeah, I do it on video because I like to give people the context, because yeah, if people are winning, I want to know why they've won, and if people are losing, I want to know, I want to be honest and upfront about it. Yeah, by being honest and upfront about it, then I can be self-deprecating myself. I know when it's gone bad, so I'll be my own worst critic. So it saves other people having to jump on the comments and abuse my way anyway. So yeah, I know when it's going well and I know when it's going bad, and I will only ever tell you the truth. So that's what I'm about. All right, I'm leaving it there. Let's hope Thursday we can have a slight change of fortune from knocking on the door on Wednesday. If not, we will then crack on again on Friday and see how we go. All right, thank you very much. Cheerio.